Welcome back to Relatable Wisdom, the podcast where everyday people share the quotes that have shaped their lives, inviting us all to reflect and connect. Today, we're joined by Belle Kim, a dedicated entrepreneur and mother of three who's passionate about fostering community and embracing the beauty of togetherness. With her experience in early childhood education and disability support, Belle inspires others to unlock their potential and cultivate deeper relationships. Let's take a moment to step into Belle's journey and discover the wisdom that has guided her along the way. Tell us what your name is and what your favorite quote is.
Okay, sure. My name is Belle Kim, and my favorite quote is "Live in harmony with one another."
Okay. When did you first? Is this quote yours or?
Actually, it's from the Romans 12:16 from the
Okay.
Bible.
Okay. Can you give us the full version, because this the one you just quoted, we're kind of trying to wrap our head around it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll start again. Yeah. Hi, my name is Belle Kim, and my favorite quotation is from the Romans Bible, Romans 12:16. Live in harmony with one another. A bit backstage as well. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of lower position. Do not be conceived. So that is my quotation. And when I build this quotation, when I hear this quotation, I felt like goosebumps all over my body, because I built my business upon the words Unibella, which means the beauty of being together. I was searching for my vision towards to my business and towards to my life. Then when I hear this quotation from my church service, live in harmony with one another, that just clicks to my mind. So that's my favorite quotation. And that's my vision towards to my business as well as my life at the moment.
You just so we're on the same page. You said the quote is from Romans 12:16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What version of the Bible are you reading in the quote?
NIV.
Okay. That's why it's using big English there, because the English is nearly confusing me. Okay, I'm just going to read from King James version. Be of the same mind, one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So when you said you were introduced to this quote in church, when was that?
It was 3 years after my business was up and running. So actually, I had a business for 3 years, and I was always finding the reason that why I'm doing this. And like after that, like I just found this verse, and it really resonated with my name of the business and meaning of the business. So I just chosen this one towards to my business vision at the first time.
Could you tell us more about your business? What's it that you do?
Yeah, I'm here to support and inspire every individual to thrive in their community where values beauty of being together. Like over the last 15 years, over the last 10 years, we've been serving about over 1,000 families in Australia to gain their confidence, gain their community back through our journey. And by doing doing this, we serve children with the children's services, and we support disability services as well.
Okay, I'm trying to. Well, everything you said makes sense, but I don't know. Could you like explain further, because I everything you said, I understand everything you said, but I don't exactly know what the business is about. You understand? I don't know if
Right.
it makes sense to you.
Sure. It's a family daycare business that I'm running, and also disabilities. So have a children's services like childcare business and also disability support business.
Okay. Now it makes sense. Because then I was not like, is it an online coaching store, or is it? I was trying to like see what exactly is it, a physical business or an online business? I was kind of confused. I was like, let me ask. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're based in Australia.
Yeah, I'm based in Australia, Melbourne.
Wow. And I was assuming that you from the US.
Oh no, I'm from actually my origin from South Korea.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I came here 25 years ago.
Wow. Wow. But which means by now you've nationalized.
I'm still Korean. I'm just permanent residency in Australia.
Okay. Okay.
But I can say this is my home.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Uh, if I say you discovered this quote we're talking about 15 years ago or 10, 15 years ago, which is like around the time your business got started, I'll be correct. Would I be correct?
Yeah, like 10 years ago, I started my business in 2013. Like my
Wow.
business was, and up and running was from the 2016, so about 10 years now, so 15 to 16.
Wow. 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 If this you're a business mogul. You I should probably
Yeah.
slide into your DM for some business tips and advice.
Yeah, and also I added one more business afterwards, like 5 years. So I have two businesses under my banner.
Okay. Which other business did you add to it?
So I was adding up the disability support. So it is a separate body and separate licensing body. So family daycare I start with like niche, like meet the niche of my family. And then I was finding a gap between mainstream and disability sector. So I started disability sector to serve both parties in my service.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah, if not that you told me that you started a separate business. When you first said it, I thought everything started together at the same time and they're like one unit.
We have one same name, but we have a different business stream.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. It all makes sense to me. Yeah, it's for different sets of persons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, these quotes you just said, which is from Romans 12 verse 16. How do the thing is this, for most of us, we know the things we ought to be doing, but there's so many distractions, so many things out there in the world that we often forget the things that ought to guide us. How do you keep this front and center in your mind? How do you remind yourself of this quote?
I started with the one person next to me. So I say, I love you to my children more often as possible that I can. So I start with my family, my loved ones. Then I move forward to the community, my neighbors. Like when Jesus was saying that, love one another, love your God, love one another. That is my main value that I'm carrying.
Yeah.
I have these beautiful children that I adore, and then I respect them as a human being. Then I always often reminding them, I love you, my kids, and I let them lead to their purpose through their life as well. So make them love one another and make them give their heart to the people and their next generations. So I want to make myself visible, and I want to make myself more cord with my live in harmony with one another. And afterwards, I saw that the rest of the passage, do not be proud. I'm just ordinary mom, working mom of three. But at the same time, you don't want to be boast about yourself.
Yeah.
That ruins everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we could keep talking and saying, because one of the things that brings people down is pride, and which you could also call ego. Yeah, because if when you're so proud, we often it blocks us from even wanting to listen to hear what other people have to tell us, or even learning, or even feeling that we need to learn in the first place.
True. I agree.
Oh, and the funny thing about this pride is that it's one of those subtle thing that we don't even know or see, right? People would say, for the rest of the vices or sin, you could say, you could easily say, oh, yeah, let's say someone fornicates, you're like, oh, the person fornicates and so like. A lot of persons they have pride in them, but they don't even, and it's not like like one of those things where you can easily say, "Oh, I've sinned, and this is why I did." Yeah,
That's right. And also build up the guilt as well. Like when you're not really present for somebody and you start to building up the guilt. And I was talking about in my social today about say I love you to your loved ones. And because I was guilt, I was in my mind, I was always guilty to not spending time with them. So I had to choose something that I can do to stay with them at the same time, I had to put the food on the table. So I chosen family daycare service in my house so that I can serve both needs, like my children's needs and my family's needs as a financial support. So I came up with that idea, oh, I can work from home. Then I moved forward to the community. And now my children's grown up like 18, 17, and 15. I had a 3 under 3 like a long time ago. But because they are all grown up, they help me a lot with the business, help me a lot with my um, patience as well and responsibility. So they are my great teacher as well at the same time.
yeah, uh, yeah. One the question I want to ask you right now is, how hard has it been to kind of live with these quotes? I'm guessing it wasn't that easy.
Yeah, it is definitely one thing that you have to sacrifice many things. So you had to set up yourself as an example to your life, your children's life, and towards to your community. So I guess you you can't you can't be yourself, but you have to be yourself. At the same time, you learn things like step by step. You learn patience. You learn responsibility, and you learn how to cope with other people without any conflict, or how to resolve those conflict when it comes down to your time of like suffering, and you have to move up. And also, what I found is just like coming up, in some like turn up, like stay up with your presence, just come up to your duty, come up to your responsibility, come up to your family, like just be present. That's
Yeah, yeah. Has there has there been is there like any other quotes that it's more like these, but kinds of support these quotes that you have to like share with us? I don't know if you understand what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah. I have one other quote. Let me find it for you. Um, it's from the Brian Tracy. Let me just give me
No, take your
quickly.
time. Take your time. No rush. I'll cut out the dead space in editing.
Yeah, that's okay. Um, yeah, yeah. I had a great chance to write a book with Brian Tracy as a co-author. And his book called Maximum Achievement said, the greatest gift to others is unconditional love and acceptance. That is my other quotation that I'm following all the time.
The greatest gift to others is unconditional love, and
And
that's so. Is it? Did you say acceptance?
it is an acceptance, like the greatest gift to others is unconditional love and acceptance.
Oh, oh,
That is beautiful, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
So,
make this quote make sense for me?
yeah. When motherhood starts, parenting starts, when you see the child in your hand and they can't really do anything, but they 100% depending on you, right?
Yeah.
And they starting to cry, they starting to laugh, they starting to eat, they starting to whatever they do. We just see them with a smile, like really, really beautiful eyes, like we just want to capture the moment with
Yeah.
that. But we often lost that connection after a while because they starting to become egoistic, like they want me time, then we starting to get lost as a parent. However, the greatest gift to others is unconditional love and acceptance. Seeing them as you saw your child, hold your child for the first time, like accepting who they are as a person, not with their conditions.
Well,
Yeah, is that
yeah. Yeah, it makes
you?
it makes make makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's for kids. What about, other person, strangers, probably colleagues, workspace and all that?
Yeah, let me explain to you one thing. Like I want to give you an example. I had one client who went through like lots of mental health issue, and she was hiding in the house, like staying in the house for such a long time, didn't want to go out to the community. And I stepped in to her life. And we click at the first meeting. So I starting to pour out my love and blessings, like I gave her hug every time that I go because the lovable person is sitting in the house without any light, without any hope. So I starting to give her some gratitude list, like I encourage her, let's do some gratitude list. And I give them my 24 hours support, like available support for her. Like she can call me anytime she wants. Like after a while, after 10, 11 months, she's starting to change. She's starting to do around the house. She's starting to going out to the community. She's starting to acknowledge I'm there, acknowledge by saying thank you. It changed her dramatically, and peoples are noticing surround her as well. So that unconditional love, like because she was abandoned by family, she was abandoned by like society because she was having mental breakdown. Often she was not polite to anyone. She was like pouring those anger to everyone around her. But she was adorable person. She was really nice person inside, and I see the child inside that needed the touch.
Well,
So yeah, that unconditional love and acceptance played a big thing in my life. And I remember exactly day one to like by the end of the day.
yeah. Oh. So one more time, I'd love for you to um, say the original quotes you started with on the podcast again, and
Sure. The quotation that I read from the Romans were living in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people with low position. Do not be conceited.
wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for sharing your favorite quotes and for sharing the stories behind it and making it make sense for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me and be
Yeah.
blessed.
Yeah. Where can listeners learn more about what you do and check your stuff out?
Yeah, I do have a website, unibella.au, or you can access me from the Instagram, unibella82. That's me. So anywhere Bell Kim from the YouTube or TikTok. I have the channels as well. So if you want to reach out, you can email me as well, bellkim@bellkim.au, BELLKIM.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for listening to Reducible Wisdom. If you found something really from this episode, make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you're listening. If you'd like to support the show, you can do that by buying a coffee. The link is in the show notes. Every little bit keeps the conversations going. I'm your host, Wisdom Contour, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep growing.